Hi, my name is ColdBeer, and let's start with Midnight Fight Express.
This is a brutal beat-em-up game where you play as a former member of the criminal underworld, lured back into the thug life. Your mission is against impossible odds. You will have to fight your way across the city before sunrise and prevent a citywide criminal takeover. You will engage in a brutal brawling ballet, using every environmental tool and street fighting techniques at your disposal. Tangle with waves of foes with the agility of an action movie master. Punch, dodge, counter and finish off enemies in fluid and visceral combat. Custom difficulty modes will allow you to play on lowest, known as pussy difficulty, and still die all the time. But don't blame the game, blame your genes or something. People are saying that this is a great game if you like hurting people, and I agree that very positive review score is here for a reason. Core Keeper. Drawn to a mysterious relic, you are an explorer who awakens in an ancient cavern of creatures, resources and trinkets. Here you will mine relics and resources to build your base, craft new equipment, survive and power up the core. Of course, you will need to defeat giant monsters, discover hidden secrets, farm crops, cook new recipes and explore a procedurally generated underground world in a mining sandbox adventure for 1 to 8 players. And I can for sure say that this is a good game. On Steam you will find above 90% positive reviews left by tens of thousands of players who bought the game. Also, I must mention that Core Keeper is way more fun in multiplayer mode, so grab your imaginary friend and dive into adventures together. Bonfire Peaks. There is a big chance that you have never heard about this game, but in my channel I am famous for digging up hidden treasures like this. Bonfire Peaks is a puzzle game where you will navigate various environmental riddles in a beautifully designed world. One of the things that was really surprising for me was how much time people have spent playing this game. The medium ground would be around 40 hours, but I have seen several dudes with more than 100 hours of playtime. The game itself has above 90% positive reviews. Even the dude who gave a negative review has 34 hours on record. I guess he's a masochist of some sort. You know, usually when I don't like something, I don't participate in that activity for 34 hours. Just saying, but who am I to judge? Anyway, this is a very clever game with interesting puzzle mechanics that won't let you dive into boredom. Also, you can play the demo version on Steam absolutely free. Hell Let Loose. This is a hardcore World War II first-person shooter with epic battles consisting of 100 players, with infantry, tanks, artillery, a dynamically shifting frontline and a unique resource-based RTS-inspired metagame. People on Steam are saying that 80% of the time you will spend either dead, walking or under artillery fire. You can spawn half of the time without getting insta-killed by bombs or accurate bullets, but the fact is that you don't mind. Those few moments when you kill somebody who has just spawned are precious, and you would not give them up for anything. And very positive reviews of this game ain't gonna let me lie to you. Only disadvantage here is the price. It's still quite high. Well, not as high as Snoop Dogg or Seth Rogen though. Prehistoric Kingdom. The game is not just another Jurassic Park zoo manager. It's a bit different because it actually tries to show animals more scientifically accurate than Jurassic Park does, and also has not only dinosaurs but extinct animals as well, from saber-toothed tigers to woolly mammoths. Also, every animal grows from baby to adult, changing their proportions, sounds and behaviors in real time. You know, here baby animals are not just the copies of adult creatures but smaller. They're actually different. That is nice. They need to eat, drink, sleep and satisfy their social needs through behaviors like herding and socialization. So most of them will probably die under your control, but hey, these animals are imaginary. That's why you are allowed to play with them in the first place. The game also has first-person mode where you can feel like you are a visitor and explore your own zoo from a different perspective. Chill, relax, sit on a bench, watch your Spinosaurus eating a mammoth. You know, that is nice. The game has around 90% positive review score on Steam, so if you like games like that, it's a treat for you. Dystopika. A massive treat for every Blade Runner fan, although they don't even mention the movies in the description because of obvious copyright issues. Despite that, the game lets you build futuristic cities very similar to those we saw in the movies. Here you'll place buildings, giant billboards and massive holograms. You won't find any goals, there are no objectives, no wins or losses. The game wants you to relax and embrace your creative cyberpunk mood. People on Steam are very happy with this game. They not only awarded this gem with an overwhelmingly positive reviews, but they are saying that this is a game you just can't stop playing. One more building, one more tweak, one more hologram, and one more once again, just to make your amazing city a bit better. And yeah, why not make a masterpiece, then take a screenshot, print it, frame it and hang it on your wall. That would be a perfect modern piece of art that no one else has. Spirittea. If you ever saw Hayao Miyazaki's masterpiece Spirited Away, you may be pleased to know that Spirittea is inspirited by this movie. The town here is crawling with troublesome souls, and you are the only one who can see them. So you'd better get that old bathhouse up and running. Maybe that will help them to chill out. The bathhouse is an ancient building hidden up in the mountain, and it's up to you to clean it up and fill it full of customers. And you better be sure that your customers are happy. Spirits aren't something you want to be angry at you. Like, have you seen The Ring? Anyway, once the beings visit your bathhouse, you'll need to clean towels, chop wood and heat the baths, and see the spirits with their friends for the ultimate bathing experience. So no stinky spirits in this game. The Inheritance of Crimson Manor. Here you'll experience a Penny Dreadful-like gothic horror story set in a beautiful Victorian-era manor with a dark secret within. The horror aspect is only in the gothic dark tone narrative. Here you won't find any monsters or jump scares. It's a calm detective puzzle-solving experience enshrouded in an amazing atmosphere. To be honest, most puzzle games lack this outer layer to connect all the dots, to set the mood and so on, but The Inheritance of Crimson Manor does this in a charming way. Here you'll find Resident Evil-inspired level unlock design, dynamic hint system for less fortunate ones in the IQ field, logic and inventory puzzles, non-linear exploration, and a cool horror story that holds all of this together. You know, it holds the story and not your hand, or... If you know, you know. Looks like a nice title for your dark evenings. Light the candles around you for the atmosphere when you play. It will set the mood, believe you me. Chivalry 2. When years ago I tried the first part of the game, I liked it so much that I played it for several hours non-stop. I had great internet, so anyone with slower connection died from my swings like bleeding pigs just because of the lag in their pathetic homes. I felt like a combat god, but that only lasted until some averagely talented players with good internet speed connected to my server and, you know, I started to die a lot. That I didn't like. I have a similar story with Chivalry 2, but somehow this part was easier for me to learn and I had tons of fun. So here you'll try to dominate massive 64-player battlefields. Catapults tear the earth apart as you lay siege to castles, set fire to villages and slaughter filthy peasants in the glory of team objective maps. Also, a fully featured mounted combat system will make you feel like a true knight, and that includes the ability to trample your foes, land devastating front and rear horse kicks, unhorse your opponent with a lance and engage in a deep melee combat with grounded or mounted opponents. The game has a very positive review score left by tens of thousands of players, so I think it's safe for you to give it a try. REKA. This is a Slavic folklore-inspired game made by a small studio in Berlin. Despite them being small, the game looks truly awesome. The visuals are a real candy for the eye. So here you will begin your journey as REKA, an apprentice of a very powerful legendary witch. You want to be just like her, but to reach the highest rank is a marathon, not a sprint. Or as we in Lithuania say,
Dar tau toli šūdais plaukti vaikeli.
which I will not translate. So here deep in the autumnal woodlands, you will learn and practice your witchcraft as you summon to life your own iconic chicken-legged cottage. So your worst enemy is obviously KFC. You will solve quests, forage for ingredients and uncover terrible secrets of the woods. The game has this menacing and gloomy atmosphere and is perfect for dark evenings after a hard day of work. People on Steam say that this is some kind of survival craft game without survival part, so you're gonna be fine here, mostly. Plains of Pain. In this post-apocalyptic survival game, the sun is your deadliest enemy. Here you'll fight extreme heat, thirst, toxic air and various enemies in a vast wasteland. You will build bases and settlements, trade with NPCs, craft gear and awesome anti-gravity hover vehicles, and use them to move faster across the desert of death. You can play the game alone and survive solo. The game supports full single-player experience, or you can dive into adventure with your friends and die in this forsaken forsaken wasteland together. And in the wasteland you are no one, just like in real life. I'm kidding, of course. Now subscribe for more offensive jokes. So here you have no past, no protection, only thing you actually have is your pathetic will to live. Survive however you can. There are no easy choices. Everything you do will hurt you in some way, but in general you will trade, build and explore. You know, you will have fun. The game is constantly updated, so new materials and various bug fixes are a common thing.
Return of the Obra Dinn. This may come as a surprise, but the game has an overwhelmingly positive review score left by thousands of people who actually bought and played the game. In 1802, the merchant ship Obra Dinn set out from London for the Orient with over 200 tons of trade goods. 6 months later, it hadn't met its rendezvous point and was declared lost at sea. But early this morning, about 5 years after its disappearance, the Obra Dinn drifted into a port with damaged sails and no visible crew. As insurance investigator for the East India Company's London office, you dispatch immediately to find means to board the ship and prepare an assessment of damages. So this is a first-person mystery adventure based on exploration and logical deduction. In other words, a story-rich, single-player, atmospheric, horror detective retro walking simulator Return of the Jedi of the Planet of the Apes.
Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition. You'll find yourself in Hong Kong, a vibrant neon city teeming with life, whose exotic locations and busy streets hide one of the most powerful and dangerous criminal organizations in the world. In this open-world game, you will play the role of an undercover cop, trying to take down the mafia from the inside out. You'll have to prove yourself worthy as you fight your way up the ranks, taking part in brutal criminal activities without blowing your cover. You will be torn between your loyalty to the badge and a criminal code of honor. You will risk everything as the lines between truth, loyalty and justice become permanently blurred. The game promises that you will enter illegal races, kick back with some karaoke and gamble on cockfights. Let's hope they have animals in mind. Quern, Undying Thoughts. This is a first-person puzzle-adventure game inviting you on a journey to explore the beautiful land and solve many challenges. You'll put your IQ to the test with the increasingly complex puzzles and unravel the mysteries of the island. Remember Myst? So it's quite the same. It is original and solving one or another puzzle is really rewarding. You know, for your ego. People on Steam are saying that Quern is one of the best puzzle games they ever played. It also has more than 90% of positive reviews, and the bad ones are mostly about technical issues. People don't realize that you should check your graphic card drivers all the time. For example, I couldn't even run Elden Ring without updating them. Anyway, this is a great game, really worth your money even when not on a sale. SteamWorld Dig 2. Game takes you on a mining adventure forged in Metroidvania flames. When an old trading town is struck by mysterious earthquakes, it's up to you, a lone steambot, along with your unlikely companion, to uncover what trembling terrors lies beneath. And you know what you will uncover deep below?
Your fat mama snoring.
Oh come on, no, it's a secret and you will have to discover it by yourself. So you will dig your way underground and explore vivid worlds riddled with treasure, secrets and deadly traps. Fight dangerous enemies at every turn of the underworld, including shadowy creatures and the haunted remains of an ancient electrical threat. Well, this game is obviously story-rich, and that is awesome. Dune Spice Wars. At the beginning I was really surprised how light this game is. It only requires 4 GB of free space. What is this witchery? And because of that, Dune Spice Wars works incredibly smoothly. Loading times are almost non-existent, and the game itself launches very fast as well. A few seconds and you are in the main menu. I honestly can say that I am not used to this. The game itself looks like a casual 4X title, like Civilization, but it's not. It's a mix of 4X and real-time strategy. You start with your main base and then you have to expand. To do that, you need to explore surrounding areas with your ornithopter and find some resources. I mean areas rich in spice, having which is really nice. It rhymes because spice here is money, and money is nice, that always rhymes. Roses are red, violets are blue, money is nice. See? Anyway, I can recommend the game, I really liked it. Wizard of Legend. This is a fast-paced dungeon crawler with roguelike elements that emphasizes dynamic magical combat. Quick movement and even quicker use of spells will allow you to chain spells together to unleash devastating combos against your puny, pathetic enemies. You will collect valuable spells and relics and build up your magical arsenal to fit your playstyle, which, as we all know, is to die again and again and again. You'll find over 100 unique spells and discover various spell combinations and synergies. People on Steam are saying that this is
is a fun game, although it has some annoying stuff, like getting stun-locked by some basic enemy and losing half of your health. It feels like you are getting robbed by a grandma with a fork or something. Despite that, the game is very well received by players. About 90% of reviews are positive.
The Captain. This retro-inspired adventure game has around 90% positive reviews on Steam, so stay with me, that is not a very common thing. Here you are, the Captain, and a Space Fleet science officer, lost on the other side of the galaxy. Very Star Trek-ish. Dark forces are en route to Earth to destroy our planet, and you are carrying the only thing that can stop them. Is that a magic bowl of potato salad? You will never know if you don't play. Anyway, you have to race back home across the galaxy. You like Earth intact. You know, here the best beer in the galaxy is being made. And also for some other not so important reasons. On your journey you will meet new friends and make new enemies, although you won't be able to save everyone. And only you will decide who will be left behind and which civilizations will you save or destroy along the way. The decisions are all up to you. You are awesome, but obviously have too much power. There is a protest happening somewhere against you in the galaxy, with purple-haired people cursing you, that's no doubt.
And meow. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And, I'll see you next time. Bye.